don't want to F with women. That's the message we're going to get into right now here. And this has to do with another one of them pesky defamation cases. Now, we know, Linda, nobody likes defamation cases. Back in the day, you never even saw the inside of a courtroom with defamation. Then, boom, Depp versus Heard comes along. And now it's like the case du jour. So there's another case. It's going to be coming up in the early part of 2024. That is Brian Warner. And you're going, who? Brian Warner, yeah, against Evan Rachel Wood. Brian Warner is Marilyn Manson. I would have stuck with Brian Warner, but hey. So the lawsuit basically, Linda, is that Ms. Evan Rachel Wood said all kinds of things about Marilyn Manson, sexually attacking her, assaulting her, drugging her. Really, a lot of the things in it make Depp and Heard look like, kindergarten recess.
Along with 15 other women who have claimed the same thing, I would note now.
So he is saying she made those things up, and her telling those stories is defamation. So that's in a nutshell what the case is all about. But a lot of it has gotten, kind of whacked at the knees on the way to the courthouse because she brought some motions to, say, look, I have a right to say these things, and you can't prove them. And I'm protected. What's the deal there? How do you feel about it?
Well, I've tried defamation cases before they were in vogue, important. They're fabulous cases to try. Let me tell you this. The judge did whack it at the knees because she has a right to say these things. You want to talk about First Amendment? If somebody rapes you, assaults you, and does anything to you, you have a right to say it. And, the famous case in the news right now is Trump, right? Versus E. Jean Carroll. So he says that she conspired. Now, how you conspired, and she forced other women to claim that he had sexually assaulted them. I don't know how you do that. And it's kind of a little wacky thing. He said she got other people to be FBI agents, Michael, and consider that perhaps their lives were in danger if they didn't implicate him in being an assaulter, an abuser, like, who was the person that just went to jail? Harvey Weinstein, remember him?
Oh,
okay. Yeah. And he says his career has been derailed. But I would note for you, Michael, that in the high school that goes through all the names, the name Marilyn, we used to think of Marilyn Monroe, right? But now they think of Marilyn Manson. He's that popular. He's that important in the culture. And so we'll see. Remember, it all depends on a jury if he gets there.
Well, let's we have a little bit of her testifying in front of Congress, talking about some of the issues she had, again, with Marilyn Manson. Evan Rachel Wood.
There are two specific instances of sexual assault and violence I've experienced that really stick out in my mind. In fact, they are burned into my brain, branded there for life, a mental scar that I feel every day. My experience with domestic violence was this: toxic mental, physical, and sexual abuse, which started slow but escalated over time, including threats against my life, severe gaslighting and brainwashing, waking up to the man that claimed to love me, raping what he believed to be my unconscious body. And the worst part, sick rituals of binding me up by my hands and feet to be mentally and physically tortured until my abuser felt I had proven my love for them. In this moment, while I was tied up and being beaten and being told unspeakable things, I truly felt like I could die, not just because my abuser said to me, I could kill you right now, but because in that moment I felt like I left my body and I was too afraid to run. He would find me. I froze. And it was as if I could see myself from the outside, and for the first time in months, I felt something, utter shame and despair. I had no idea what to do to change my situation, so I went numb, and soon I couldn't feel anything. I wasn't alive. My self-esteem and spirit were broken.
You could tell from that testimony she was paper bound.
Maybe so she doesn't cry, okay? And maybe people figure, if a woman cries at a hearing like this, you really can't be believed because women are so emotional. Well, I'm just going to here to say to you and reinforce what we've been said. You don't have with women because we may cry, but you know what? We're going to get you. Eventually, it's going to come around and we're going to get you because if you're going to rape me, sexually harass me, I'm coming after you. I don't care how many times you come back at me.
This guy has had other issues with the law, and just a few months ago, he took a plea deal. What he did, he assaulted somebody who was using their phone / camera while he was in concert. You know how he assaulted her? Did you see this? He spits on her. Okay, so she basically brings an action. He takes a plea deal eventually. It's up in New Hampshire. So
they had a good lawyer.
Watch this guy. This is him without the makeup, but just a little of him in court. Maybe give us a sneak preview of what to expect when he is in court against Evan Rachel Wood. Watch this.
Good morning. Ken Barker representing Mr. Warren. Okay. All right, so my understanding is that this is a fully negotiated resolution of the matter before the court.
That is correct, Your Honor. Mr. Warner was performing. The victim in this case was a photographer, a videographer who was hired by the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion and who was on the side of the stage near where Mr. Warner was. He was performing a song, and during that song, at one point he approached the camera and looked into the lens and he spit at the camera. The state's position was that she had not consented to that.
For him to spit on me and blow his nose on me was the most disgusting thing a human being has ever done.
What plea do you wish to enter at this time?
So the thing here is, he pleads no contest. Okay, that's the plea deal. Most people don't realize, LKB, that that's basically a guilty plea. No,
Yeah.
I'm pleading no contest. You're pleading guilty.
You're pleading no contest because they have the goods against you. Now, sometimes we call it in a more serious situation an Alford plea. But when you're in like a municipality, you're in like a disorderly persons type of plea. Yeah, no contest means, you're kind of guilty. As I said, he had a good lawyer. But you know what? I have a question, Michael. Anyone check his lyrics? Is there an admission there?
Nobody looked into the lyrics as far as I know because nobody can understand them.